Stoltenberg says, Ukraine will join NATO, vows support despite Russia's reckless nuclear rhetoric.
Here's a summary of the article.
Authenticate users, apply security measures, and prevent spam and abuse, and if you do not want us and our partners to use cookies and personal data for these additional purposes, click Reject All. If you would like to customize your choices, click Manage Privacy Settings. You can change your choices at any time by clicking on the Privacy Dashboard, links on our sites and apps.
This post received a score of 15,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
He said, can, one day. Title is misleading.
Greater than, he added that Kyiv can win the war and become a full-fledged NATO member one day. I believe this is more or less angled at the folks who claim that Ukraine cannot join NATO for some arbitrary reason. Not to mention it would be an objectively bad decision not to find a way to incorporate Ukraine after the war, as they would likely represent the most experienced and battle-tested foes, in conventional warfare, in the world outside of NATO whose views, values most align with theirs, and represent arguably the best buffer against further westward Russian aggression for the foreseeable future.
Considering Ukraine gave up nukes for a guarantee of Russian protection only to end up here, I have to imagine any end of this war will have to include at least a NATO security guarantee if Russia invades again, even if they haven't joined. The Russians have shown you can't trust them. So they need something to make up for the fact that a Russian peace paper would be useful as toilet paper for shit.
To preemptively stop any incoming disingenuous propaganda that I've heard many people spew so far, yes, the disarmament treaty wasn't technically done by the current Russian government. However, they still had their friendship treaty from 1997 which automatically renewed every few years, which was created by the current Russian government and did state that they won't attack each other. Putin violated this treaty in 2014 with the invasion of Ukraine at that time, then chose not to renew it the next time it came up in September 2018, and Ukraine followed suit in March 2019 after giving Russia some time to reconsider. You literally cannot expect the Russian government to keep their word on anything, and it's important to be able to recognize their propaganda whenever it comes up.
Russia is already threatening the world with nuclear Armageddon. What is Russia going to do to escalate? Threaten us with mega super nuclear Armageddon. Putin has played his cards, he was bluffing. Now we must call his bluff. And, no, Russia is not going to launch nukes at the rest of the world.
Double secret nuclear annihilation.
Be careful, or Russia will issue a full disagilation.
What's a dis? What's that? Oh, you don't want to know. I can't wait for the bombs to drop so we can get all the shut up about the sun's memes out of the way before we go crispy.
Worth.
I really doubt he will send a nuke first. Putin is mainly looking after his own self-interest by just trying to stay in power. If he sends a nuke, it would be the end of his reign, and he knows it. Russia can't win an active war with NATO. It's already struggling to defeat Ukraine with limited help from NATO. Can't imagine him doing so well if they start sending their better weapons and troops into the conflict.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.